Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. It's the Bill Frantz Show. I know. It's been a long time, but we are back. Bill, what's going on today?
Our special guest today is Stephanierecht. She has interesting and great things to tell you. I know you'll enjoy the conversation.
So you stay tuned.
Okay, well, welcome. Today we have our special guest is Stephanierecht.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
All right. Now, she does a lot of things. Today she's going to talk about the organization she works with, Mitrata-Nepal.
Mm-hmm.
What is Mitrata-Nepal?
It's an organization that helps underprivileged children in Nepal. We have 104 children who we send to school. And some of them live in a dorm to go to school, those who don't have homes or who don't have a home situation that's good enough for them to live at home and get to school. So a lot of them live at the school in a dorm.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are several more, about 30 to 40 more, who are going to school from home, who live with usually one parent. So these are children who would not otherwise be able to go to school.
That sounds really great.
There's no public school system in Nepal, really, that would allow you to get a decent education free of charge. So
it's the rich kids and everyone else?
Right,
rich
kids and everyone else. And then if you're a girl, forget about it. Because if your parents have a choice between sending you or your brother's going. Because it's more likely that he's going to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Old school. You'll get married,
mm-hmm.
and off you go. So most of the children we help are girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess a classic question is, why Nepal?
Why Nepal? Because there are difficulties in the U.S. too. We don't deny that at
Mm-hmm.
all. But in my travels to Nepal, I have never seen worse conditions for children, and I am amazed by how many children are living on the streets. And the people who founded this organization, one of whom comes from St. Louis too, had that same feeling, like, we've got to do something about this. So we're all doing a little bit to help a lot of children. And in Nepal, especially if you're a little girl and you don't go to school, it's a possibility that you could be sold into the sex trade, which is awful. There are also a lot of kids living in the streets in Nepal, just fending for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And over 50% of Nepal's population is children.
Really?
Yes. And 90% of the people in Nepal don't have health care. So we're taking care of a lot of things here that just better lives from a very basic standard. Not our healthcare needs a lot of improvement, and that's been a hot topic lately, but it's not 90% of us without, right, and a high infant mortality rate, which they also have there. So we're keeping people healthy, getting them educated, and it's also important to note that we're not moving children from Nepal to the United States. The end goal is that they become productive citizens in Nepal and help with the infrastructure there.
Okay. Are you sponsoring individual kids, or is it sort of a blanket thing? How does that work?
It's a little bit of each. So ideally, each child has a sponsor, an individual sponsor or a shared sponsorship. Sometimes two people go in on a sponsorship together, or a whole family, or in one case, a 6th grade class will go in on a sponsorship. And then we supplement that sponsorship with general donations. So we get general donations from different individuals throughout the year, and we have 2 events a year. One is coming up soon, the October 19th concert for Kathmandu kids. That's at the Old Rock House.
Okay.
Featuring Dawn Weber and Joya.
And, well, since you
so
brought
that's
it
happening.
up, is there a website we could go to visit that?
You could go to, funny you should ask, Bill, Mitrata.org. Mitrata.org. Please go there.
And that's Mitrata.
Trata.
Mitrata.org.
Which incidentally means friendship.
That's good to know. Very good
Who
to
knew,
know.
right?
Okay, and so how? And there's a lot of organizations out there. What distinguishes this one from the other ones that are out there?
So, two things that stand out in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
One, we have very little administrative costs.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us are doing this as volunteer work, and it's super grassroots.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see my living room in this shot, but it's filled with with things for the Mitrata event from various places. So we all prep for these events at our houses, and we're doing all of our communication from living rooms across St. Louis and across the United States and Europe. The other thing is that there's no religious affiliation. We're not putting any sort of religion into anybody or any belief system other than be nice.
Okay. How many times have you visited Nepal?
Just twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long journey. I went in 1996 before the organization was formed,
Mm-hmm.
and then again in 2009, and attended a lot of meetings, did a lot of work with Mitrata then,
Mm-hmm.
and got to meet the child that I've sponsored for a number of years. So that
Oh,
was
wow.
it was really rewarding.
That sounds very special.
Oh yes, her
I'm sure.
name's Mamta.
Mamta?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She trouble? I'm just kidding. You know, teenagers.
She's on Facebook. She could be watching.
Oh.
No trouble at all. She's dangerously beautiful. That's what makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ugly her up just a little bit till she's like 30.
Right.
That's probably wrong to say, but
Well,
but she's
you're
a
not
great
alone.
kid. She's a great kid. She is learning accounting, and she teaches dance classes. So
Wow.
I'm really proud of her. She was the first of the Mitrata kids to get a job. And she got that job while going to school.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching dance is her job.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share about Mitrata?
Just that you should come to our events. They're a lot of fun, and that's how we supplement our I don't want to say income, but that's how we supplement the funding for the kids, because the costs of school are so high. Inflation rises like crazy every year in Nepal, unlike anything else I've ever seen. So really the sponsorships cover about half of what we need for the kids. They cover about half of the room and board and school supplies and school uniforms. And we're not talking about great wardrobes for every child. We're talking about 2 outfits a year. So this is, it's every little dollar, penny, whatever helps. We take it, we put it to good use, and it goes far in that country.
Okay, so to wrap up again, we've got mitrata.org, mitrata.org, and the event is?
It's the Concert for Kathmandu Kids at the Old Rock House on October 19th. That's a Saturday. And that is featuring Dawn Weber and the Electro Funk Assembly and Joya. And I don't know if you've seen Joya before, but they're all percussion, kind of Brazilian samba percussion. So there is no way that you would go to this concert and not have the urge to dance. It will be super lively and fun. We'll have a lot going on. We'll have a Nepal bazaar, things you can buy. We have some really good raffle baskets that I've been putting together, and food and drink and all kinds of stuff. Well, dessert and drinks.
Gotta have dessert.
And a nice party atmosphere.
That sounds great. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Bill.
All right.
The St. Louis Cardinals do not sponsor the Bill Frantz Show, nor does Budweiser or MLB. All right. Well, that was interesting. Tell me about North Jefferson, Franz.
North Jefferson is a great, funky, groovy group, and they're going to be singing a song for you. Stay tuned.
This next song is we're going to pick it up. It's called Guts. It's about a righteous bus driver man. 1, 2, 3. Good old Gus, he just get things done. I wanna be just like us, I got love in my heart and the power of trust. I wanna be just like us and never all lay out crazy, yeah. This is alright, we got a little buzz. We set our sights on the top of the hill, that was a joke hitting all the rest of us, but that's our love. I wanna be just like us and our love and our heart and the power of trust. I wanna be just like us and let it all hang out and crazy, yeah, yeah. That's how it goes when you ride with us. I wanna be just like us and our love and our heart and the power of trust. I wanna be just like us and let it all hang out, get crazy, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna be just like us and our love and our heart and the power of trust. I wanna be just like us and let it all hang out, get crazy, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright.
This is exactly the type of bus driver that you need.
Well, thank you for watching the show. We enjoyed it like we know you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again. Bill Frantz, baby.